I know I said in my last video that my trash can was an amazing investment, but right now I'm fucking in love with my trash can because it's my new tripod. It's holding my camera right now. Well, it's like my trash can and then a candle. It works. I didn't have a tripod for a long ass time. If you guys are OGs, you remember I used to use a toaster for my tripod. It was a toaster and a candle. The candle seems to be a recurring theme in this, but I used to use a toaster. So I feel like me using my trash can is not that weird. So I don't have a trash can over there because she's right here. Oh, she's so beautiful, dude. Hey y'all. You know what's fucking weird? Okay, I'm just gonna go off on a rant. I know I always say I'm gonna go off on a rant in every single video, and I know I ramble in every video. I should just stop saying that I'm gonna do it. You should just expect it at this point. But it's really weird because on Wednesday I uploaded a video just showing you guys my new apartment, and I talked about just like my life and how, like, where I'm at right now basically. And I had so many people commenting, and even Kayla texted me and she was like, you seem so happy in that video. She's like, it's so like, not refreshing because it's not like I was like pouting and crying in all my videos, but it was like nice to see basically. And a lot of you were like, it's nice to see you happy. Like you just seem so like, I don't know. And I thought it was so weird that so many of you like could already see a difference, because honestly, I wasn't even gonna upload that video because I thought I seemed like tired and bored. I don't know. Like I was editing it and I'm like, I don't like this. Like I just don't even like, I seem like I don't care. And so it was weird, like the difference. Like I am happy, and like in that video, I felt good, but just editing it, I thought it seemed like, I don't know. But it was cool to see all the comments of you guys being like, it's nice to see you happy already. Like you just seem like your mood is completely different. Like people were saying that I was holding myself differently, which is so weird because like I don't even notice. But yeah, okay, I love you guys. Thank you for that. I'm glad you guys liked the video because again, I wasn't even gonna upload it. I actually redid that video twice because the first one was worse than that one. I think I was just like tired and like I had refilmed it, and I hate refilming videos because it's never the same as the first, and then it's like I try to repeat myself and then it seems scripted, and so I try to like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm back and I'm gonna read more of your guys' stories from the Reddit. I'm in love with the Reddit right now because it's so fucking easy. I actually had a girl that I used to work with message me on Snapchat, and she was like, dude, some of the stories on your Reddit are crazy, and I was like, oh my god, people use it. I was just excited. I don't know why. I get excited over dumb shit. Like my sink. I'm sick of you guys making fun of me getting excited over my sinks. I got cool sinks. Get over it. If you haven't watched my video from Wednesday, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about at all right now, so just go watch it. But I decided that I wanted to read more of your guys' stories, and the second that I got on the Reddit, I saw this one. It says an obsessed customer, and there's a picture right away that's like, I'm gonna put it right here. It's like flowers and a card, and I immediately had flashbacks to Victoria's Secret. And I also have to tell you something. I kind of broke, and I might be going back to Victoria's Secret. I hate myself. I don't hate myself. This is actually something I've been wanting to do for a while. I might read the story first and then tell you the story just because I know some of you don't want to hear me talk for 10 minutes. So let's read the story first. And also, wait, that's a very YouTuber thing of me to do. Like clickbait you, be like, I'm gonna tell you this, and then make you wait like 5 minutes. I'm gonna do it just because I'm a bitch. Gotta get that watch time up. I feel like a schoolgirl right now. Or I guess a schoolboy. I feel like a fuck boy. Yes, I love that. Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna read you guys this story. They didn't say their name, but their username is Amna Dalu. So I'll have them linked down below. I'll have the story linked down below. It says, an obsessed customer. This story happened about a year ago. After all of this, he still comes in. He still tries to touch me when no one is looking, but for the most part, nothing as creepy has happened. Okay, I'm already weirded out. He tries to touch you? I'd be like, don't, fuck no. I've been working at a small town bank for almost a year. It'll be a year in July. Ever since the beginning, this customer has been obsessed with me, and it recently escalated. Up until February of this year, he's been mildly harmless, mainly just asking my coworkers if I'm single or if I'm interested in him. Even after hearing I have a significant other, he did not let up. He would come in at least 3 to 4 times a week just to withdraw money from his account. At this time, I also had a second job at an animal shelter, and I stupidly told him this, when I told him I had no idea he would get this bad. One day, after asking if we had a certain dog, he then gave me his number to send him pictures of the dog we had there, which prompted me to tell him that we had a website. He brushed that off and left. Needless to say, I never sent him pictures, but he did keep asking until I told him it was against our policy to do so. Pretty harmless at this point, right? Well, around January, he spots my manager in a Walmart. He stops her and asks, even though she's engaged, I see a connection in her eyes, and I know she knows we have a connection. Should I stop pursuing her? My manager told him he should stop. Mind you, he's been told by my other coworkers that I'm not interested and engaged multiple times at this point. So I'm thinking it's all done, but come Valentine's Day, I get a single rose with a little note saying, hope your day is great, secret admirer. God, it's literally like our stories are the exact same. It's creepy. He called about twice that day to see if I'd received the rose with the note. He was told that I did not. Then a week later, he walks in and hands me an envelope with the words, do no bend. I think he meant not. And he said it was an engagement present, which I politely declined, but he insisted. It was a signed picture of some 49er. I'm not even a football fan. I'm gonna put the picture. She put a bunch of pictures in here. For the next couple of months, he's pretty quiet about things, but still asking where I was when I wasn't around. He would circle the building, I'm assuming looking for my car. I now have to park in a parking lot 2 streets over. Why are our stories exactly the same? Everything was quiet up until 2 weeks ago. He comes in to get money and I unfortunately have to help him. At this point, I've been told to stay in the back when he comes in. When I go to hand him his money, he grasps my hand as I'm handing it to him and smiles and leaves. Oh my god! Ew, if he touched my hand, I'd be like, no. I don't say anything due to just being in shock. Then last Friday was the breaking point. Just note, by this time we already know what his handwriting looks like. I come back from a lunch to a bouquet of flowers with a note sitting on my desk. It's a pretty long note, so I'll just add a picture here. Oh god, his handwriting. Okay, let's see. Do you ever think why your heart sparkles? Sparkles? Do you ever think why your heart sparkles? Have you ever stopped to examine your heart? I literally am reading this like I'm 2.5 and I've never read a book before. Do you ever feel a different love in your heart? When I look in your eyes, I feel alive. Be true to your heart. Is there changes in spark? Is there a change in spark? Your beauty is memoring, but it's not by my I thought that said sink, and I was like, what? But it's not by my side. I think he meant mesmerizing, but honestly, I'm really bad at spelling, so I can't judge him. How do you know your love is right? When I see you, I think our love is right. This is awful. Put all feelings aside and make sure your love is alive. I will always be inside. Ooh. One day I hope we lay side by side. I will always be waiting for you. I would be like, you know what? You don't have to do that, actually. It was creepy to say the least. Yesterday he walks in and I was told by our HR department that I needed to tell him to stop. When he came in, I just couldn't. I didn't want to make him mad because I watched too much Dateline and Criminal Minds. I feel that on a personal level. I feel personally attacked by that statement. I watch so many cop shows and just like so many like horrible movies that I'm like, if I piss anyone off, I'm going to end up like in a barrel in the bottom of the ocean. My manager did, and he said it wasn't him. Then he goes home to tell his father, who then proceeded to yell at my manager. Needless to say, I think this will be the last time I see or hear from him because they'll be closing their accounts today. There's an update, don't worry. They haven't been to the branch, nor have they called to close their account. In the past 2 days, we've been gathering statements from the rest of the coworkers about what he said or asked them. I've not gone to the police about this because I don't believe him to be a danger just yet, but also I have no substantial evidence it's him. Although the handwriting is his, I never saw him physically write the note. It would eventually be his word against mine. But our HR department isn't entirely helpful or anything really. I haven't gotten much sleep since Friday, and last night I had a pretty mild panic attack. I can't help but put some blame on myself for this, but I know I've done nothing to provoke him. I'll update again if there's any other news. Thanks for the advice and listening, reading my story. Our stories are the fucking same. It's so creepy. If you guys haven't watched my like stalker story from Victoria's Secret, that was another reason I was gonna delay this because I'm already gonna be talking about VS. Might as well just hold off the story until now. That way you guys get some creepy stories in this video, not just me talking about nothing, like always. But if you guys haven't seen that video, basically, let me just summarize really quick. There was a security guard who worked at the complex that I worked in when I started working at Victoria's Secret, probably like a year within me working there, honestly. I'm not very good with timelines. Like, I just forget that stuff very easily, so if I get the timeline wrong, I'm sorry. And he was really creepy. He like knew what car I drove. He would leave notes on my car. On Valentine's Day, he bought me like a huge bouquet of flowers, a huge stuffed animal, left me a note, or it was like a card that you would buy for your wife. It was that kind of thing. Talk about me to all my coworkers and ask them when I'm working so he can come in and just like look at me. We never spoke. Ever, by the way. We never spoke to each other. But this is identical because I had my manager at one point and my friend texted him because he like had my friend's number because he was just creepy altogether. She texted him and said I had a boyfriend and he was heartbroken over that and he told all of the security staff that I broke his heart. It was weird. It was really weird, okay? But I'm going back to Victoria's Secret. I'm not going to the same location, so I think it'll be different. I also know 2 of the managers. Like, I know the store manager because I used to work with her, and then one of my best friends is another manager. That was like the main reason I'm going back. But I just kind of figured that I need to do something. I want to go back to school, and I don't know if I've talked about that on my channel yet. I know I talk about it in my streams all the time, but I really want to go back to school and finish my 2 years at least because I was almost done with it anyways, and then I could easily get my bachelor's. I think it's associates is your 2 year and then bachelor's is your 4, but again, I'm not very good with this stuff. I haven't been to school in a long time either, and so I really want to finish that because I love YouTube and I love streaming and stuff, but it's just not a viable career for me. Like, it's not exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I've just always been interested in criminal justice, and it's something that I do want to pursue, and it's always been something that I'm passionate about, and I'm mad at myself for not continuing to go to school. I don't know. I get mad at myself all the time for dumb things. But even when I was in Texas, I always thought about going back to Victoria's Secret at least like a couple days a week just to get out of my apartment, just to have something to do and be around people and meet people. It's also a really good way for me to keep up my sleep schedule, like my good sleep schedule, because I'll be working the morning shifts like I used to, which are like 6 a.m. And so I can't sleep until noon anymore. I have to keep it up throughout the week so that I don't screw myself over when it comes to the weekends. And so honestly, I just plan on working maybe 2 or 3 days a week at most, and then keeping up my channel and my streaming, still doing all of that stuff, because I really do have a lot of time in my day. But before, it's like I was wasting every day just sitting on my computer playing games or watching streams or watching YouTube videos, and it's like I could dedicate that time to bettering myself. I know, what a concept. Like yesterday I hung out with an old friend and she was like, I think you should do it. Like, I think it's a really good idea. And so I'm excited. I have my first day tomorrow. I'm filming this on Thursday. I think I'm gonna try to get this up tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Also, Kayla comes this weekend, so like, I just have a lot going on. So, you know, I got a fucking big girl job again. If you guys didn't know, by the way, I worked at Victoria's Secret for 4 years. So this is like pretty easy, honestly. I'm not really nervous for it at all. I'm excited. It'll be a nice change and it'll be like something for me to do, I guess. I don't know. And there's actually a new store opening up, and I love opening new stores. It's actually really fun. So I'm gonna help them do that, and that starts soon. But yeah, I just thought I would tell you guys. I really wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna make it like my little secret, but I don't hide anything from y'all, so yeah, I'm going back to work. I'm excited. I think it'll be good for me. I'm trying to like make all these changes while I'm here. Sorry, there's a lot of headspace again. I was really like trying to make it look like there was, and I was like sitting up, but my legs hurt now. So there's gonna be a lot of headspace for like 2 seconds. My camera's on a weird thing, okay? But I'm trying to make all these changes now so that I don't get back into this horrible depression cycle, because it's a pattern that I have for myself. I just like isolate myself and I sit at home and I don't do anything. Don't want to do that again. Want to be better. Want to be a better person for myself and for you guys. Also, happy Pride Month. Holy shit, I forgot to say that. I haven't really recorded a video recently, but happy Pride Month. Okay, let me find more stories so this is not literally just me talking about myself the whole time. Okay, so this one says, it started with a science project. This is gonna freak me out, because one of my things is like, there's creepy people all around you, and so if you're like at the mall and someone's weird towards you, it's like, okay, whatever, you're never gonna see them again. But this makes me think it's like obviously someone in your class. You have to see this person every fucking day, and that just makes me anxious thinking about it. Okay, they said this all started freshman year of high school. One of my classes that year was chemistry slash free shabakadu, I don't know, just freshman science. It says this all started freshman year of high school, but became worse this year. I'm 16 and ending my sophomore year. I never had an issue with talking to people and being friendly, but when it came to opening up to people, I found it hard to do. This is important later on. I don't understand. Do you see how it's like weird and I have to like scroll over on this like top thing? Is it even doing it? I can't really tell. Going into freshman year, my best friend moved away, so I didn't have many friends and I was a bit of a loner. One of my classes that year was chemistry slash freshman science. I didn't mind the class and found people I enjoyed talking to. During this class, we had 2 teachers in the room. One of them was a regular teacher and the other was an assistant teacher. Oh god, is this gonna be about the fucking teacher? Oh god. The assistant teacher was male and he was in his early 20s. We'll call him A. A was very friendly with all the students and wasn't a terrible looking guy, but there was something off about him that made me uncomfortable. Things like I would catch him staring at me, or he would stand close behind me when I was working at the lab area, tall tables with no chairs. I got along with him and never felt in danger. God, I thought this was gonna be about another student. Now I'm just weirded out because I know it's gonna be about the teacher. I'm gonna be short for a second. I'm sorry, my legs are sweating. Freshman year came and went and nothing ever happened. Sophomore year came and I only saw him briefly. We ignored each other and it seemed like we would never speak. I mean, I guess I don't know what else you would do with a teacher. I probably wouldn't just like walk by my assistant teacher and start up a conversation with them. I probably would ignore them as well. That was until after the first semester ended and I started a new half-year class, a gym class. He was part of the class helping out. The first day wasn't odd, just brief eye contact, but no exchange of words. The next day, this got a bit weird. I had been the first girl to finish changing and left the locker room and waited for the bell to ring and for school to end. I sat and waited and eventually someone came in. It was A. He started the conversation off simple with a hello, how are you? It wasn't until he started asking about more personal things when I found it out. He shuffled closer as he started asking about my age and what I would be doing after school. I don't like where this is going. I brushed it off as friendliness and eventually left to go home. This happened again the next day and then the day after that. After about a week, he stopped going to that class and I found it odd. Not too long after that, I found out he transferred to a different class to teach. I ignored this and continued on with the school year. Normally I don't post on Instagram stories, but I decided to one day. That's when I noticed he was viewing my story. I post multiple times that week and he continued to look at them. This was weird because to view them, he would have to repeatedly visit my profile every day to see them. I didn't even think about like this man is not following her. Like he literally, oh god, that's so weird. One day I posted a story at school and within a few minutes he saw it. I told the teacher and the issue was taken care of. He hasn't viewed my stories since and he still works at the school. Whenever I see him, he looks at me and just stops and smiles and won't move his eyes off of me until I leave. Recently, my house was broken into while we were away on family vacation and I believe it was him. Okay, you're gonna have to give me more detail than that because now you're just sounding like me. You're sounding very paranoid. I noticed a car that looks like his following me everywhere, but I can't know for sure if it's him. Things in our house will go missing or sometimes things aren't where we left them. About a week ago, I got home from school and my parents were still at work. There was a package on my front door. I called my mom and asked if she ordered anything, which she didn't, so she told me to open it. Inside was a photo of me changing taken from inside my bedroom closet. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And a cut off piece of hair with a note that said, "We'll be with each other forever," and I don't know about that one. I really don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. "We'll be with each other forever till the end." At that point, I called my mom and she called the police, but they couldn't do anything because they have no evidence as to who it was. I've been terrified ever since because I can feel him watching me, and I don't know what to do. What the fuck? That literally escalated so quickly that I've never had a story escalate so quickly. It was like, yeah, my teacher was like kind of weird and would look at me a lot, and then he asked me how my day was, and then asked me what I was doing after school, and then all of a sudden he cut my hair off and he broke into my house and left it at my front door. What the fuck? Okay, we're gonna read a new one. Oh my god, this one's from Chelsea. My child. Oh my god, hi Chelsea, I love you. She said, "I got robbed in front of my family. This happened about 3 to 4 years ago when I was 12. My parents thought for some extremely odd reason I was mature enough to stay home alone by myself. And of course my mother knows best, so I never argued or told her how bad of an idea it was. Little backstory. We had recently bought an Apple desktop after me begging for one. Keep in mind later on how it was brand new. So I woke up to someone banging on my door, and of course being 12 and ugly, I opened the door for this guy dressed like he's going to church, so I automatically trust him because like, church, bitch, I don't know. So he begins to talk to me about how he was called to come and repair the desktop. And since it was pretty new, I thought maybe mom wants to get it fully repaired before breaking it in. So I hand this Mormon dressed motherfucker my entire desktop with the mouse and keyboard, and he takes it to his Honda Accord, not even a van, and he drives off. I'm fucking dead. Shut the fuck up. Mom comes home, I tell her the story, and she's in disbelief I would do something so stupid. You're 12. Like, I don't know. I feel like I would believe anything someone said to me, but that's just fucking hilarious. I can't believe you literally just handed it to him. You're like, you know what? Whatever you say, here you go. Just go ahead and take it. It's fine. 4 years later, and the repair guy never returned with my fully functioning desktop. That bitch was really broken. He's still working on it to this day. But needless to say, I don't want to see you again, so let's never meet. How did he even know that you had a new desktop though? That's my question, is like, was he just like looking in the house and he's like, yeah, that, I have to fix it. Also, tell Abby to send me her story, you guys. Abby has a story about someone like breaking into her house and her literally chasing them down the street with a mop. And I need her to send the story to me so I can read it in its entirety because it's so fucking funny. This bitch is like 4'2" chasing a man with a mop. I think I'm gonna read one more and then that's gonna be it, y'all. This one says, "Creepy man was living in my fucking attic." Shut up. They said, "Hey Courtney, my name is Carmen. If you ever read this, I don't mind if you use my name." I already used it. Also, you're on the Reddit, so people are gonna see it anyways. Bye, Carmen. Right now, I live in an apartment, but 3 years ago, I lived in a 2-story house. To understand the story, you need to know how the house is laid out. So as you walk in, on the left, there's my parents' room, and on the right, there's the bathroom, and there's a spare room right next to it. From there are stairs, and just a little bit on the right, there's a kitchen. I hope you get what I mean. Yeah, I can kind of visualize it. On the second floor, on the left, there are 2 spare rooms right in front of the stairs, and there's another bathroom. Then finally on the right is my room. Every night I lock my door because I'm a pussy, and I always think someone's trying to kill me. I feel that. I used to go to sleep pretty late because I thought I was badass, but every night around 1, I would hear footsteps above me. As I told you, my house was only 2 stories, so the only thing above me was the attic. I forgot to mention this, but the attic door is right outside of my bedroom door. Anyways, the footsteps were not quiet. It sounded like somebody was walking around with boots on above me. I heard the footsteps for about a week every night, but I didn't think anything of it because I'm just dumb. I feel like I would try to play it off like it was something normal. Like I would be like, it's just the house creaking. Even though that makes no sense. One night I heard the attic door open. I swear I've never felt so scared in my entire life. Right after, I hear the loudest footsteps running down the stairs, so my dumbass ran out of the bedroom to see what it was. When I walked out of my room, I saw the attic door open. Then I ran down the stairs and the front door was open really wide. And the kitchen door was also open. I still don't understand why the kitchen door was open though. I closed both the doors and then went to tell my parents. They believed me because there were boot prints all down the stairs and they were too big to be my dad's. And don't get me wrong, my dad's a big man. We called the police and the next day we started to pack up our stuff while the police was there. We didn't want to stay there anymore. The police said there were blankets and pillows up there with some water and some cans. I was literally about to have a panic attack. I could not believe it. So in 2 days we packed all of our stuff and went to stay with my aunt until we found a place. So creepy man that was living in my attic, let's not meet again. Okay, because I have these like irrational fears of like people living in my home like without me knowing, but I just can't imagine it actually happening. Like when I had to house sit for my dad, I was thinking someone could totally be in this house and I would have no idea because I stay like in one section of the house. I'm either in the kitchen, the living room, or my parents' room. It's like I'm never on the other side of the house, so it's like someone could totally be over there and I just like wouldn't know. That's so scary to think about. That's why I like living in a small like apartment because I'm everywhere all the time. And so if someone was in here, I would have a pretty good idea of it. I think I would know if someone was in my apartment right now. Maybe not though. Honestly, is anyone here? You can let me know now. I won't be mad. I promise. But I think I would know if someone was in my apartment. But I can't imagine someone actually fucking living here. Like finding blankets and they're like drinking my soda, drinking my water. Oh my God, rude. But okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was like half Let's Not Meet, half me ranting about my own life, but I guess that's actually pretty normal for my videos. If you guys have any other stories that you want to share, please put them on the subreddit. I will have it linked down below. Remember to use the flares so that you can label your thing if it's like Let's Not Meet, if it's No Sleep, or if it's a paranormal story. But other than that, I'm gonna edit this video and try to get it up as soon as I can because Kayla comes tomorrow and I gotta work tomorrow, so I don't have much time after that. I'm only gonna have 2 videos this week. I thought I would have time for 3, but yesterday I caught up with an old friend and so I just didn't really have time, and then I was really tired because the sun makes me tired. And then, oh, I also got a new phone. I forgot to mention that. I had to get a new phone because I shattered mine so bad, want to see it. I'm not very good at holding things, clearly. So I dropped it like when I first got it fixed because, believe it or not, I got my screen fixed like last time I was in Arizona. Once I got back to Texas, I dropped it in a parking lot and I was so mad at myself because I shouldn't have been. I was at the mall and I should not have been at the mall, and I was so mad at myself because I'm like, this is my karma for coming here and spending money that I shouldn't spend. And so I cracked it pretty bad, just like from dropping it at the mall. And then I was here moving, and this is embarrassing to say, but I was totally filming a TikTok and I had my phone sitting above my fireplace and it just like came tumbling down and it landed on my fireplace, obviously. And so my screen has just been like slowly starting to turn green. That's my niece, by the way. So yeah, it's really bad. It's like when I first dropped it though, it wasn't green at all, but I swear every time I look at my phone, the green has just expanded more and more. So I couldn't even see half my screen anymore and it was just annoying to use. So last night I went and I got a new phone. I had the 7 before, I just got the 8 because I wanted a home button. I don't like the idea of not having a home button. I'm trying to get used to it because it is a little bit different than my old phone and I'm really bad with change, and also like I never updated my 7 just in general, so it's a lot different for me to use, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. Last night I was literally like, how the fuck do I do anything with this? Okay, I need to fucking go. I'll shut the fuck up. Love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye. God, I keep thinking I'm gonna have these fucking cool burps. Can burps be cool? They keep thinking I'm gonna have these like crazy burps and then they're like nothing. And then I just look like a pussy, so see ya.